I'm assuming I have a written apology I have to make to somebody.
Yeah, probably.
There was or comments that were made, I think, earlier that I did not record.
Oh, of course, obviously. Yeah, because you know, hey. But the bottom line is, we're back. We're here.
Yeah.
And where are we?
We're at the studio.
No, like in the universe. Like what?
On Earth.
Where are we?
We're on Earth.
Are we?
In the universe.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair enough. Hi.
How's it going, Bobby?
Rough week, man. Rough week.
Has it been?
Yeah, rough week. A lot of stuff going on in Bobby's world.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us.
No. It's fine.
That's exactly what a woman would say.
Yeah? Yeah. No, it's not fine. This is fine. It's fine. It's just fire all
I just
around
got a
me.
lot of stuff going on. It's fine, though.
It's fine. It's fine. It'll probably smooth itself out.
But probably won't. But whatever.
I mean, charges usually get dropped, right?
No.
No? Okay.
No, not usually.
Shit.
Usually. Are you rich?
Well, I was, but then they took the stuff back.
Then yeah, they'll probably stick.
Okay.
They'll probably stick.
No, but anyhow, what's going on?
Not much, man. Episode 31.
Unused Prime benefit.
Episode 31.
Came across.
Do you want to use it now, or do you want to?
don't.
Do you want to do the podcast?
I don't know. Any ideas what I should? I love Amazon Prime, but
Amazon Prime's.
any ideas what I should use it on?
I got a few ideas for my Christmas gifts, but
Okay.
I can tell you that later.
Put them in my queue. Send them to me like my other kids do.
Okay.
I
I'll
just
do
get
that.
random texts, and it's like Amazon Prime shopping cart. Be like, take care of this, would you? Awesome.
You're not even a dad anymore. You're just an order filler.
I really am. I'm
You're a
like,
fulfillment center.
yeah, I am. Then I have to reach the big fulfillment center, and then some guy in a truck brings it. And they're so disappointed when we come home and there's boxes, and they're not for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you order anything?
I'm sorry.
Oh no, you didn't.
sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh,
then
okay.
fucking me.
Yeah. Would you be able to order anything because you don't have a credit card to put on file?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fucking bum.
Yeah. Nope. Ain't happening.
Anyways, you know what's free?
What's free?
Following us on Instagram and Twitter.
That's right.
It's free.
It is free.
You can do that at BT
Well, you
Boots
have
Podcast.
to have some sort of device enabled to do that.
Dude,
The act.
bums on the street have iPhones.
It's true. It's true. Probably better one than I do.
That's 100% actually.
No, that's a good one.
I can tell
That's a
just
newer
by
one.
looking at it.
No, that's a newer one.
What's newer to you?
This is like, what, a 12?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Let me see the back of it. No, let me see the back of it. Oh, wow, you do get the 3 cameras.
And I only know that because I just got rid of my 8. But if you look over at my work phone, it's still the 8.
It's still the 8.
Yeah.
I will say the whole face recognition thing's kind of a pain in the ass sometimes.
I don't do it. Yeah, I don't do it. I can't do it because my face changes so much.
Because of the surgeries, or?
No. Because of, like, the way I style my facial hairs and
The way you style your face.
sunglasses and whatnot all the time.
I keep mine locked for secrets.
Yeah. I understand that. Yeah, it's cool. But
Um,
we're not an iPhone podcast.
no. I could go on and on.
We're not an Amazon Prime podcast. But we will be if you pay us.
But
What we are is a drinking podcast.
we're a drinking podcast, and
With a
I'm
story
drinking something that's
problem.
not too bad, actually.
No.
I don't mind it.
I took a quick swig of it.
Yeah.
Pre-show warm-ups.
Mhm.
Yeah, Red Bull on the way in. A little,
I'm usually about halfway down before we even start.
yeah, where are you at now?
Just under halfway down.
Perfect.
That was the first sip of the show.
Yeah, and we're done. Yeah. No, we're drinking is this amazing little beverage
Yeah. It's tasty.
that I thought it was originally called 1911.
No, that's
it's
when
not.
it's established. They're more proud of when they were established than the actual drink
They
itself.
are.
Yeah.
They are. I was like, 1911. Maybe it's like a pistol, like a military themed,
No.
but it's not. It's that's an apple cider donut.
Yeah, it's like a fall type of thing, you know?
because it is fall around here.
It is fall around here.
The leaves are breathtaking.
Mm.
Cleaning them up, not so much. Takes my breath.
It does.
Yeah.
Because of the out of shape thing?
No, because I do it so fast because I'm in shape.
Oh, okay.
And I don't
Mine's
breathe
just
while I'm
because I'm out
making
of shape.
Oh, okay.
But this is called Cider Donut. It's a hard cider. And it's made by Beacon Skiff.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Beacon Skiff.
Yeah, and looking down into it, it's 6.9% alcohol, which is funny, but also pretty high for a cider
Yeah.
when it comes to it.
Nobody likes when you get the period in between 69 and, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But if it was a 69% alcohol cider, like, we'd have some issues.
Have a great time.
We would. But also, it says fresh cider, tree to can. So it's fresh apples like they use to make this. I'm assuming as from apple concentrate.
Yeah.
And it also is gluten-free.
Oh, good. I've been trying to cut back on the glutton.
I know. I have a booty that I know very well that recently found out that he has an issue with gluten and gluten. So he have to go off the beer train and is constantly looking. I know it's horrible, dude. I actually know quite a few
Is there
booties.
gluten in vodka?
No, there's not.
Okay.
Some of them, but our good friends we know of Tito's
Corn.
is gluten-free. But this is another alternative to that. I have actually quite a few friends that are booties that have beer-related issues. That
That would be
can't- they
miserable.
can't- It would be.
That'd
They
be
can't
miserable.
drink beer.
What's the point?
I know. And the hard part was like super big sporting fans, so they go to like events and stuff, and they can't. Like it's very hard to find like a place that has
They
like
just get like a raspberry iced tea or something?
yeah, but
Something
like,
dumb.
like you go to Fenway, right? There's like one spot in Fenway that has like fucking hard booze.
Easy way to go around that.
Go on.
At stores such as Walmart or any other big box store, they sell bladders, canteen bladders
Yeah.
that are
Did that on a
disposable.
did that on a cruise ship.
Yeah, they're disposable.
Fucking
So
Captain
and
Morgan's.
you can fill a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
So what I did was I filled it up with vodka, taped it around my stomach, and then I also stuffed in a bunch of the moonshine cherries.
Exquisite. Those are
Yeah.
those
So
might be those are my those that's my garnish for my other drinks. I love it.
So good. Yeah, so you just you tape it around your stomach, and then you go get like a lemonade or something like that at one of the concessions, and you're golden.
Like a frozen limo.
Ooh.
I mean, if you're at like a
Well, now that
if you're like a Red Sox game, but like or you know something hot outdoors, but like you're inside or it's cold, you know. Yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah, you might want to switch it. Throw Bailey's in there for hot chocolate.
Ooh. I do like a good Bailey's hot chocolate mix.
Have you ever had the cherry Bailey's?
No. Is it good?
Yeah, drop that in a vanilla McDonald's milkshake for your drive home if you were
Well, I
into
can
that.
guarantee I'm not going to get a McDonald's milkshake.
Well, I mean, that was the only choices I had at the time I was doing this. This was a few years back. Wasn't any like fancy milkshake places around.
Obviously not.
Obviously. But, you know, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good, big time. Anyway, we are enjoying this. This is quite good. There's a lot of words on it that I will probably read at some point, but I don't really want to learn more about their
Probably
small
won't know.
batch.
Yeah,
their
probably not
small
now.
batch farm to table,
Yeah.
farm to can
That's all you need to know.
principles. Yeah.
It's got 69%. 629%.
6 to 9%. So
We're going to talk about today.
we're going to talk about one of my favorite segments that we've been doing, and that is Made Men. Telling the secrets of the E4 Mafia, or the what do the Marines call it? What do we say it was? It was the Lance Corporal. I can't remember. It was something. It's something witty.
Did we make it up, or was it actually?
It was actually something. We thought we
Actually
made it
something?
up, but I was like, oh, it's actually that.
Oh,
Yeah, which is probably smarter because we don't make things up.
yeah.
But every once in a while, we highlight true news stories on this podcast. And
Very
very
rarely.
do we
Very rarely.
actually come
I
across
think the
some
last
things.
one I did was like maybe a dozen episodes ago about when the Queen of England visited
Oh, yeah, yeah.
the hooker.
Yeah, there
hooker
are other
barracks.
things that went into it.
Yeah.
So this one, it caught my eye. I'd seen it on some other things, but I knew right away that the individuals responsible for this were definitely members of the E4 Mafia, and they were flexing on a way that well, let me put it this way: they were flexing on the world stage.
Okay.
And the world took notice, and they were like, "These guys are in the ingenious way they acted in order to protect themselves and other people needs to be celebrated. And deep down inside, I just know that these motherfuckers wanted to do something cool.
That's all it was.
Nothing to do.
That's all it was.
With anything else that was going on, right? So this is a story that happened about a month ago.
Very recent news.
Yeah, and this was actually during the evacuation in Afghanistan, just prior to U.S. forces leaving.
Okay.
So if you remember, there was this whole thing that happened for a few years called the War in Afghanistan.
I vaguely recall it. Yeah.
And it, whatever. It was a flash in the pan kind of thing, real quick, 20 years. But we recently left. And and then we had to go back real quick.
Successfully, of course.
Yeah, we had to go back real quick, and then pick some things up we left, and then had to go back again. But anyway.
It's like forgetting your keys at the house.
You're like, fuck, keys, motherfucker. Kabul. They're in Kabul.
Your keys are,
100,000 people.
Yeah, anyways.
So, when U.S. forces arrived at Hamid Karzai International Airport in Kabul, Afghanistan, in August, they had their work cut out for them. A tidal wave of people, Americans and Afghans alike, were rushing to the airport to flee as the Taliban regained control of the country. We know this. We're not getting into that part of it. Whatever. So, what happens is, most of the security posts around the perimeter of the airport had been abandoned, said Lieutenant Colonel Andy Harris, commander of the 1st Battalion, 504th Parachute Infantry Regiment. Soldiers with the battalion quickly set about bolstering the airport's defenses, yet the situation remained volatile. Taliban fighters were just meters away outside the airport gates, and much of the equipment they typically use, like heavy vehicles and machine guns, had yet to arrive at the airport. So you see, there's a problem. Someone's going to come along
pretty large problem.
and solve it. So,
the only group that can solve it.
What they did have was a green pickup truck outfitted with an anti-aircraft gun. And where they got this
That's
was from...
That's what we had?
Yes.
Okay.
That's because...
A green pickup truck that's mounted with an anti-aircraft gun.
Yes, on the back of it.
Okay.
And we'll post the picture for this.
Please do.
Okay. Because some of the paratroopers decided they needed something to bolster their defenses, so they traded for that for 2 cans of dip.
That's the greatest trade in
I'm gonna
the
go
history
ahead
of the world.
I'm gonna show you this picture of this vehicle that they traded for 2 cans of dip.
That's a great trade.
And we'll post that picture.
Yes, we will. Do you have the picture of the can of dip?
I don't, because it was probably used. Okay. That piece of the story from those first few days in Kabul could soon be coming into the 82nd Airborne Division Memorial Museum at Fort Bragg. The truck served as a primary deterrent to the Taliban fighters as U.S. troops landed in Kabul to assist with the massive evacuation effort. And the only reason the U.S. troops knew how to use it was thanks to an Army paratrooper born in Iraq.
No shit.
Who served the 6 months mandatory service obligation in the Iraqi military before coming to America. So the mafia rolls on further. So a couple guys were like, we need to get some firepower.
International pull.
Yeah. I'm going to trade this. How do we work this motherfucking thing? And this guy's like, oh, I know how to do that. How do you know how to do it? I was in the Iraqi army before I came to America. So the truck, which is currently in Kuwait, waiting approval to be brought to the U.S. So not only did these motherfuckers trade for it for 2 cans of dip, they brought that shit back with them.
Hell yeah.
Which is fucking amazing. Okay. Okay, so the bottom line is, of course, the colonel is taking credit for this. And he says,
those weren't his cans of dip.
No. When you put us on the ground and you give us a task and mission, through any means necessary, we're going to accomplish that mission, which is fair enough to say. He's taking credit for that. And I'm going to say I'm going to butcher this guy's name, but had it not been for PFC Al-Jahad Al-Alami, the Iraqi-born U.S. soldier, so he's a PFC. Promote now.
Promote ahead of Pierce, for sure.
The Toyota Land Cruiser might have remained where it was, abandoned by Afghan forces instead of being used by American troops to guard the airport and keep the surrounding fighters at bay. So I really just thought that this was a really cool thing, like a piece of like light to come out of some darkness.
It was a very shitty situation.
Yeah.
But that is a pretty fucking epic story.
Yeah. And you look at like these dudes needed this, right? Like they were put there, they needed some little uplifting, and they got this for a couple cans of dip with some Afghans.
Which is, if you think about it, they probably could have just got like 2 cases of Rippets.
Probably
could have kept your dip
if they still had them. That was the thing. So he's going down here. They're saying the couple guys were standing by the truck. We asked them if they had the keys for it, and they said, "Yeah, we do have the keys." And they gave us the keys for 2 cans of dip.
Fuck, perfect.
So
Not on my hand receipt.
Making perfect, right? Not on my hand. All you, man. All you. Just a great story about how the E4 Mafia can really extend itself.
Get shit done.
On a global stage. And the coolest thing is that I hope it does come back. I mean, it's in Kuwait right now. They flew it out. I hope that one day that's sitting in like the 82nd Airborne Division Museum.
That'd be so sick.
And
to go see.
And like an 85-year-old dude was like,
"That was me.
I brought that with 2 cans of dip."
2 cans of Copenhagen.
Yep. Which will be illegal by then. But
it'll probably be illegal. That's great. And that just goes to show too, whenever you see, was it a colonel who was talking?
Lieutenant Colonel.
Yeah, whenever you see someone of that rank talking about something of that caliber, and it doesn't sound like it's something they didn't do it.
And the funny part is like 2 things would happen for that. Because it was so successful, he's going to take credit for it.
Yeah.
Or he's going to be Article 15ing those 2 guys for fucking trading something since
he had the Article 15s already written up,
and then it was
but then something came down from higher up that it was a great idea, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that was me."
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Yeah, it was just spur of the moment thought, you know.
Yeah, it was like, it's kind of like the moment when in Forrest Gump, when he puts his weapon together real quick, and he goes, "God damn it, Gump!" And you're like, "Wait, is he going to get in trouble?" And he's like, "If you weren't such a great soldier, I'd recommend you for OCS." It's like, "Thank you, Drill Sergeant."
Forrest Gump's also like a great way to see how messed up the Army is. Like,
yeah,
this guy's obviously got issues, and he's top-notch soldier.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's because he's like, he just completely just listens to everything.
Yeah.
He's like, "You want me to do that? Okay, not a problem.
Okay,
I got that. Okay, let's go do that. Cool, not a problem.
Okay, Sergeant."
Yeah. So, again, these stories. So, like, we Big Dick Nick and I were just talking about a recent movie that came out about some mafia stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even want to say the name because we just don't like it, right? We just don't like it.
Okay.
But you see these stories that come out about like highlighting how like it's like what the word I'm looking for is like not like grandstanding, but like glory, like making them look like bigger or better than they actually are. Glamorizing. Thank you. Yeah, that's what he's there for. So like glamorizing mafia life and all these things, right?
Yeah.
But in the real reality of it, D4 Mafia needs to be glamorized because they get shit done.
They get shit done.
Men get shit done.
You got to give credit where it's due.
Really, and I honestly think like that's what the U.S. military is run on. Like it would completely fucking fail.
It has to be.
And it's like
NCO's backbone of the Army. Pfft.
Yeah, what's funny is all I picture is like at some big like award ceremony, like where the president's handing like the chief of staff like some medal for a great job done, and there's some E4 in the back holding a box, giving the big wink, like like we made it happen, and then like it rolls to credits, and it's like and freedom was won, and there's one E4 like we had it happen.
It's true. They make shit happen.
Mm-hmm. They also fuck shit up. Which
well, take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
You take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of a heartwarming story to me.
Nice, right?
To me, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they need think about what potentially could have happened if they didn't have that deterrent.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking heroes, man.
Fucking heroes.
Fucking
they don't all wear
heroes.
capes, but most of them dip Copenhagen.
Want to move on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Let's talk about some poop.
Okay.
Diarrhea Diaries.
Mm-hmm.
Is what we're discussing here. Holy shit, speaking of Diarrhea Diaries, I went to...
Holy shit, get it?
I took the kid camping this past weekend. And I think my body just held it all in for Monday when we got back.
Your body knew? It was like...
Holy fuck. Monday was dreadful.
Means you weren't eating the right stuff out in the field.
That's probably a good point, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're eating a lot of shit out there.
Mm-hmm. The kid poop?
I'm assuming I don't keep
Well, no.
a log.
Was there like bathrooms at this place, or was it like okay? All right, I didn't know.
Well, there's bathrooms, but we had our own campsite because we tented there. So I brought a shower tent.
Because your idea of camping and my idea of camping are probably really different.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I just didn't know if you it was
it's the normal American way of camping. Like not an RV, but like a tent.
So like a musket and like a horse,
Yep.
and like way up into the woods and trapping your own food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. All right, we're okay. Same thing.
Is that not what camping
Make
is?
your own. Yeah. Okay. No. Okay.
What
Cool.
are we doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's perfect.
Yeah. No, but we had a shit tent.
Oh, okay.
So we had a 5-gallon bucket, and I got one of those covers that's kind of like a toilet seat, but like I got a pretty big ass, so it doesn't fit on there very well. So I just like held it most of the weekend. Monday was brutal.
That's why you got to camp.
I apologize to my septic.
You got to camp near like a water source. So you can give a water birth. Those are the best when you're camping.
I was right next to a creek. There's some kids playing in it though. I didn't want to.
Just go way
I
upstream.
didn't want to poop in the creek.
Go way upstream. They'll never know.
But they were downstream from me anyways.
Yeah, go further up so they can't see it. They'll never know. Fuck it.
What's this squishy rock, mommy?
That's how we get our immune systems built up.
I guess that's one way to do it.
Anywho.
Wow. That one got away from us.
No.
I'm going to read a story now.
Please do.
When I was first going to enlist, I was a skinny motherfucker, like 125, 6 foot kind of skinny.
Maybe you started the story? Or you
No, that
this
was just
personal?
me. That was
Okay.
just talking about me.
All right, just checking. I mean, I know you are.
I didn't think I was going to meet the minimum weight requirement to join, so I forced myself to not shit for like 5 days beforehand. Went in, did my stuff, got weighed. Apparently, my dad's scale was about 3 pounds off, so I was nowhere close to where I needed to be anyways.
His dad does that to fuck with his mom.
They passed me based on tape, but he never got taped. So I'm assuming this is when they really needed troops. So there was another kid who just got his nipples pierced the day before joining the Navy. He couldn't have them in during the actual physical, so afterwards he went in.
Dusty dogs?
It was probably Dusty. He went with me to the bathroom. He was trying to put his nipple rings back in, even though the hole's closed, while I was attempting to force this monster of a shit out of me. Yeah, they close pretty quick. If you don't have them in for a long time, they close pretty quick.
Yeah, but
just any piercing.
You said a long time. This guy...
No, this guy just got his nipples pierced.
Like the night before?
That's what it's... I
wasn't
there.
I had my nipples pierced. So but I don't closing that fast.
How? But you didn't take... I mean, they said he just got his nipples pierced the day before.
Okay, yeah.
Did you take him out after a day?
No.
Then
but you know what was
then
weird,
you wouldn't
when
know.
I did, you know what was really weird is when I did get them pierced, like the person was like, "Don't let anyone lick them," and I'm like,
"Well, now I want people to lick them."
No, but it's like, no, that's fucking wicked random, man. Like, okay, cool, whatever. Doesn't think it's gonna be a problem. Literally that night at a party, multiple people tried to lick my fucking nipple piercings, and I was like,
"Let him lick them?"
I was like, "Excuse me, no! Like, you cannot do the reputable man down at
what was the guy's name who was trying to lick your nipples?
Oh, it was guys, girls, cats, all kinds of people.
Well, cats, I understand. Their tongues are like sandpaper.
I know.
Yeah, that would hurt on any nipple pierced or unpierced.
Yeah, right? Yeah, dang. But yeah. So the reputable guy down at the piercing salon said that I cannot let you do that.
That makes sense. He seemed like a stand-up guy.
Yeah. I couldn't really understand him because he had so many piercings in his mouth that it wasn't really... I'm assuming that's what he said.
Anyways, so he's trying to put his nipple rings back in, even though the hole's closed, while I was attempting to force this monster out of me. This shit may have rivaled the one that killed Elvis.
Allegedly.
Is that too soon? Like,
Allegedly.
so
He's not dead.
he is screaming. I'm screaming. Everyone in the bathroom is in some kind of pain. I mean, what are bathrooms for?
Not at a MEPS.
Well, you have to go in there to cry after the
duck walk in the finger.
Yeah, after the 105-year-old man looks at your booty hole
While you're doing a duck walk.
Yeah,
No clothes on.
I saw a video online. It was this kid doing the duck walk. He was like pretending to be going to MEPS, doing the duck walk, and then he looks up, and then the doctor's like licking his lips.
I saw that.
Let me see a butthole.
Yeah, the duck walk. Which is so random, but like that's
It's
how
so
fucked up
true,
the government is too. They're like, we could probably tell someone if they're going to be physically fit enough for the U.S. military by doing a duck walk for 20 feet across a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hold on. Just a duck walk's not going to tell if they're physically fit or not.
Naked.
They got to do it naked. And just to make sure, let's get a doctor who should have turned in his license 40 years ago to look at their buttholes. That's how we get the best of the best.
Yeah. That's when I started getting PTSD.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that was... What a wild thing, dude. Holy shit.
All of the entire MEPS process.
So weird.
It takes that's typical government, right?
So weird.
You could do all of that stuff somewhere else and just show up and they could go, okay, cough. Like, all right, left, right, okay, can you, vision, okay, cool. Like,
I am under the impression that those 100-year-old doctors are behind it all. Like, they put you through the whole rigmarole.
They're the
and
Illuminati?
Then they just want to see your fucking blue knot at the end.
they're the Illuminati. That's
are.
what it's all
They're
about.
the Illuminati of MEPS.
Yeah.
And it all goes back to buttholes.
You know what the hard part is? You know the worst thing is so I joined the military twice and had to go to MEPS twice in different places, and it was the same 105-year-old doctor in different places.
Was it really?
One guy.
Oh my God,
He's
he's
all of them. He's one omnipresent
Oh,
doctor.
God. Just looking at butts.
You want some popsicles?
Got some whole popsicles in the cellar. So eventually the storm subsides, and relief washes over me like a hooker after a negative STD test. Mind you, I didn't even get it all out. It was like trying to get the Titanic down a water slide. I love his imagery.
Yeah.
I went back in and weighed me. I dropped 2.5 pounds.
One whole Keurig.
He did.
It's a lot of shit.
He didn't weigh himself. He weighed me.
Yeah.
After I read it again now, it's like, yeah, it's not a good writing.
Yeah, that's a lot of shit. He's
Okay, he joined the military, all right? He's not the best of the best, not the brightest.
It's true. That's a lot of poop.
Yeah.
Like I try to think about
instead
that.
of eating a lot, he's like, let me just not shit for 5 days.
But he probably did eat on top of that as well, and then continued not to shit. So he's like
That's true.
packing it on top of,
You can only hold so much.
Yeah.
Your body's not
Imagine if
stuck
he
in
like
Houdini.
was duck walking and it like in that awkward position and it just like
The Titanic
just
started
came
poking out
yeah.
a little bit.
Just came out.
Yeah.
So you had a problem with your butthole. And he's denied
He
service.
gets up, he's like, is it time for you to look at my butthole? The guy's like, no, actually,
You're all set.
you're good, actually. Marines? Yeah, okay, good.
All set. Yeah, that's a lot of poop. A lot of poop. A lot of poop.
A lot of poop.
Probably eating a lot of saltines to keep it bound up.
Saltines and peanut butter.
Yeah, and then not
Something.
coffee.
No coffee.
No aqua. Crushing some Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really grinding.
He's going to fit in great.
Yeah.
A little quick hitter here. First full day being back in the States after 9 months in Afghanistan. Night before, my section leader takes us out to Texas Roadhouse. That morning...
Great bread.
Great bread. That morning, we start reintegration through med. It's time to leave, and I have a rumbly. I trust it was a fart and give it a push.
No.
I was wrong.
No.
Texas Roadhouse all the way down my leg. So my platoon had to wait while I showered and changed. Knowing that we were running late, I rushed down the stairs, missed the last step. My platoon sergeant and another E6 had to carry me to the van. Ended up with a sprained ankle that swole up to the size of a football. That's the shit that keeps on giving.
Well, first day back, first fresh American food, you go to Texas Roadhouse. Okay.
That's your first problem.
Yeah.
You got to ease into it.
Mistake number one.
Yeah, you can't go full American.
Number two, trust in a fart. Never trust a fart.
It's a pretty common saying.
Mm-hmm.
For a reason. Fucking good reason.
Yeah, stereotype for a reason.
Yeah. Unless that fart's right there and you can just... Boop,
unless you're...
And just like... Beep.
Unless the only time
if you got to squeeze it out...
you're already in the shower. Like, that's
it. Then you can just squish it down the drain with your toes.
Yeah, waffle stomp it.
Yeah.
Get it down in there. Yeah, never
trust a fart. Yeah. Let that be a lesson, you guys out there.
Listen.
Never trust a fart.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be some good PSAs.
I feel like we have a lot of them.
Yeah. Wow.
Can we start marketing this as educational podcast?
Yeah. And now you know.
Come on, man.
He goes, God, no.
He's like, yeah, if you want to go to jail.
Anyways, one more.
Please don't even make me try telling YouTube this is for children.
I didn't say children. There's adult education, too.
Okay. Good point.
English is a second language. Come on.
Imagine people watching this to try to learn English. to try
Don't blame me.
Even people who've never spoken a word of English in life, like, fuck these idiots.
Diarrhea.
I can tell this isn't right. PLDC.
Oh,
during the last week in Grafenwehr, Germany, back in February of 2006. I made the mistake of taking too much laxative from the TMC. Couldn't poop for several days, but the defect was amazing. Took the prescribed amount a few hours before going out on our last mout training and exercise. Did I mention winter? Does it get cold in Germany?
In that part it does, yes.
Okay, good.
It's miserable.
Long story short, about a half a click into our dismounted patrol.
500 meters.
Thank you. What my body refused to let go for the past 5 days, wanted out right the fuck now.
Oh, man.
And with it would be a string of shit that would make even German dungeon porn addicts turn away in shame.
Yeah, that's a shiza.
I literally shat 15 times in the span of 6 to 7 hours. I thought I would shit out my stomach lining. It was the worst 6 hours of my life. Interspersed with attempting to complete the mout training, taking my gear off and on, and shitting myself. It's like being super wasted and dry heaving, except it's not your mouth that's dry heaving, it's your asshole. You feel the need, but your body can only strain so much before popping a blood vessel or having an aneurysm. Worst thing was not being able to tell if it was a shit that would come out or if I'm having asshole dry heaving. It's always asshole dry heaving. Privates, learn from your NCO mistakes, listen to Doc, and your asshole will thank you. Why would you take laxative when you're going on a dismounted patrol?
Yeah. Yeah, well, not the best and brightest.
No.
Yeah, oh, man. And the worst, okay, so I'm gonna throw some stereotypes at you right here, okay? And
be careful.
I know. Germany, okay?
Very controversial.
Yep, there it is, number one. But U.S. Army in Germany, going to PLDC in Grafenwehr. I know the type of units that are around there. Not a whole lot of hard chargers. Okay.
Okay.
So wintertime, going on patrol, probably wearing full layers of Gore-Tex over the top of everything they own.
He's got 13 layers to take off. Yeah.
And then he shit inside of the Gore-Tex, which is basically gonna it's like a convection oven.
Yeah.
It's gonna cook it. And
yeah, that's what it does.
Yeah. And this is 2006, so he's probably wearing, because it said 2006.
It did, yeah.
He's probably wearing that brown old school Polypro.
Yeah, because I came in 2007 and we were still getting issued those.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and I know that was issued.
I still have them.
Yeah.
They're fucking great.
They're super thick.
Love those things.
But they don't breathe.
No.
And you get anything on it, the stench is not coming out of it. You always have that problem when you piss and you put it back away. It always drips and it runs all the way down the front of the leg because it was did not soak in
Who
the
always
water.
has that problem?
Huh?
You drip that much after peeing?
No, well, yeah, anyway.
Jesus.
No,
Shake it a couple times.
I did. And okay, anyway, we've all been there. This is scientific research. I looked it up. I'm not talking about me.
I'm talking about me here.
It's the royal we. He weighed me. So yeah, just a lot of. I feel bad for this guy because he's probably never been in these types of situations before. Like we've all shit ourselves out in the field, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But I haven't shit myself because I
didn't
didn't overdose on laxatives.
Correct. It wasn't self-induced
Yeah.
or self-inflicted shitting, but I have shit myself to the point where the only thing left I could wear was wet weather pants with nothing underneath because everything else had been shit.
At least you
on.
can hose off wet weather pants.
Exactly, which is exactly.
They do hold in a lot of moisture, though. That must have been miserable.
Too.
Yeah,
the
that
old
must-
school wet weather
yeah,
pants.
heat,
They just, no breathing.
no
a lot of
breathing at
heat,
all.
A lot of sticky.
It literally just like
plastic.
just saran wrapping your fucking lower body. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, fuck me. Ugh. Brutal.
Great times, though.
Great times.
Yeah.
Best times of my life.
Best times I ever had.
Best job I ever had.
Sad, but actually true.
Yeah. So, can we get real for a minute?
I've been real this whole time. I'm fucking always real, dude.
Okay.
I keep it real.
Public service announcement.
PSA.
Okay. For all you lower enlisted out there, and for all that you that are about to join, okay,
Don't do it.
you're gonna end up living in the barracks.
In a van.
That's afterwards.
Oh, afterwards. Sorry.
You're gonna end up living in the barracks.
Yep.
Okay.
Foreshadowing there.
Yeah, that's a little too far back. Bring it back to episode 1, not episode 7. So you're going to end up living in the barracks, assigned to some base that's in the middle of nowhere, whether it's the United States, the continental United States, the lower 48, if it's in Alaska, if it's in fucking Hawaii, it's still not in the good areas. Right? Even the people that are stationed in Hawaii, they're in a shit part, like in the middle of nowhere.
Which
Hawaii.
Which is pretty hard to do. Which
Yeah.
is fucking really hard to do.
But they do it.
The Army came in first, like, we want that area. The
Like, are you
was like,
sure?
Are you sure?
That's
Because like, we
swamp.
have this whole...
Beachfront?
We have this whole stuff over here. No, we want that.
Nope. Right there.
Yeah.
So
Army realtors should be fired.
yeah.
Burned at the stake.
Yeah. So, and this is usually in a place that's next to a town that's,
Not so savory.
I mean, if you had to look at top 50 places, best places to live in the United States, that probably wouldn't pop up.
Probably not on the list.
So, quick segment called Barracks Life. We've handled it before, but this is a public service announcement in it.
It's about life in the barracks.
Correct.
Yes.
11 things you should never do in a military town.
Oh,
Okay?
this actually should be very interesting.
You ready to go through this?
Doesn't matter if I am or not.
I believe this was based upon a unnamed Marine Corps base in North Carolina.
Okay. Well, that doesn't narrow it down. That's not super very, very specific.
So this is an article from our good friends over at Task and Purpose. Okay, starts out with says you're rolling out of bed. It's the morning after a long weekend. There's a ringing in your ears, and your lower back hurts like hell.
Yeah. That's every day.
I know there's always. Then there's a sinking pit in your gut as you look around your trashed barracks room. The television is gone, along with most of your issued gear. Next to your wallet, you can see a receipt from Stuff for Cash pawn shop downtown. As you wipe the remaining sleep from your eyes, you notice barely legal writing on your forearm. In bold letters, it's a woman's name with too many Y's, E's, or I's at the end of it. And a phone number with only 6 digits.
One more number, you would have got a full phone number.
Yep. As you stagger over to the mirror and splash cold water in your face, you catch a glimpse of something on your lower back as you turn away. There, in all its puffy red glory, is a zombie Hello Kitty tramp stamp, complete with Marine Corps issued flak and Kevlar.
Why is it so specific?
I don't know.
Why is it so specific?
And then here we go. Being a boot Marine stationed at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, or any other installation next to a military town means sooner or later you're going to wake up one morning in a situation very similar to this, or this exact one. Who knows? I'll neither confirm nor deny how much of this article is autobiographical.
This is...
I can't even say it.
Hey, whatever.
Autobiographical.
There you go.
Most of it.
Is that what he says?
Yeah. Thankfully, a buddy got the tramp stamp, not me. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah. That's what I would have said, too.
Yep. Okay, so here's we get down to it. Okay, the 11 do's or 11 don'ts. All right, any idea on what some of them might be?
Oh, God. 11
Don'ts.
11 things not to do
In a military town.
in a military town. While you're in the military, or
Oh, yeah.
general?
This is 100%
Okay.
while you're a boot, like while
Okay.
you're a lower enlisted.
Is marry a stripper one of them?
We'll get to that. I believe it is.
Okay.
Or somewhere around that, dating.
Is buying a car at 20 point something APR one of them?
We'll have to see.
Okay.
We'll have to see. I think
Big
you're,
Dick Nick loves those fucking people.
I think you're on the right track. So here we go. You ready for these? Mm-hmm. All right. So as you're exploring the wild flora and fauna of your military town, keep your wits about you and heed these warnings. Number 1, do not bar crawl. In Jacksonville, North Carolina, the businesses are set up in the most insidious way imaginable, with bars, strip clubs, and pawn shops all neatly lined up along the road. I think that's cut and paste for any military town.
It's
because
it's for them that live in the town, it's a marathon. For you who are stationed there, it's a sprint.
Yeah.
You're there for a couple of years, you're gone.
Yep.
These guys have been there fucking
Tried and true.
decades.
Tried and
They
true.
know what works,
Yep.
knows what doesn't.
Yeah, they fucked over your grandfather in World War II. They fucked over
Yeah.
your dad in Nam.
Yeah, they've been
Now they're
fucking over
you
people for generations. It's a family business.
Yeah, they're damn good at it.
Yeehaw.
So, it's just one store after another selling poor life decisions at discount prices. It doesn't take much to imagine.
How discounted? What are we talking about?
It's a good deal. 2 for 1. What are we talking about here? Yeah, a BOGO? It doesn't take much to imagine what happens when you have Marines enter one place, get plastered, stumbled out the door into a tattoo parlor, and then walk another 30 feet to a strip club next to a pawn shop. There's number 1. Number 2, try not, doesn't say do not, it says try not, to pick fights with bouncers. Seems self-explanatory,
Yeah.
However, it's constantly happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are very rarely, if ever, going to win.
Yeah. The guys manning the doors at the bars and clubs in town probably had Charles Bronson as a life coach. Just consider the type of roided out beast that takes a job at a nightclub next to a large military base. I imagine the interview process involved questions like, how many Marines can you get in a headlock at one time?
How many murders have you committed without being caught?
We're willing to waive 6.
But if it's less than 5, we don't want you.
Yeah. So that's number 2. All right. Spend your money wisely. In military towns, you can use layaway for everything.
You really can, yeah.
Okay. And for those of you that don't know what layaway is, it's when you purchase something, okay, not credit. So you purchase something.
It stays at the store.
You don't get it.
Yeah.
But you get to pay for it.
Yeah, I think Amazon's kind of fucked layaway all off. Yeah. Layaway's not a thing anymore, is it?
I'm pretty sure some places it probably still is. You get to go look at it when you make a payment for it.
Yeah.
But then you don't get it.
You can't even look at it. You get to look at where they're keeping it.
Yeah.
But there's a door blocking the view.
Yep. There are businesses that will let you pay for things like televisions, couches, and mini fridges in installments using the same method of purchasing that is normally reserved for a car or a house. So we're talking about credit a little bit there.
Yeah.
But and don't forget the interest. If you need a layaway for a television, you can't afford it right now. Okay.
Yeah, that's actually really smart. If you're using credit or layaway to buy something like a television or a fucking toaster oven, you probably shouldn't get it.
You don't need it.
You don't need it right now.
You don't need it.
You don't need it right now.
Nope.
Save up 3 or 4 dozen paychecks if you're a private, and then buy the TV yourself.
Yeah. And I don't know if this is, I didn't do my due diligence to read further. I knew it was going to be good after the first few lines.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to get a star card or whatever they call it these days. Don't do it. Don't need
You know
it.
what AFE stands for, right?
Was it another airman fucked over?
Another asshole fucking enlisted soldiers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. You have to go there and buy your military stuff. The only
Got no
place.
choice. No choice.
Don't have a choice. But
Everywhere, anything else, get it elsewhere.
don't do it on credit.
Yep.
So this one, there's literally no explanation for it. It's just all bold and it's very short. It says, it's a
This is probably the most important one then.
bear in mind that local tattoo artists are usually as drunk as you are.
Probably.
100%.
And I will tell you what,
Tattoo Tommies.
they're probably not as clean as you think they are.
Nope.
Would you like a story? Here's a story. I was in AIT, right? We had our one
What military town was this in?
Maryland. So
That's
it
not
was
a town, it's a state.
Aberdeen.
That's a state.
Aberdeen, Maryland. It was roughly in the.
Okay.
I think where I got the tattoo was in or around Baltimore area.
Would you commit 6 murders on the way in there? Or?
That's actually prerequisite. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You have to do that. You have to bring the tattoo artist their ears,
Yeah.
and then they'll give you a tattoo.
Carry on.
So-
Wait, this is a right and a left. Nope. This is one person.
Get back there. You murder one more, and you come
How
back
dare
here.
you?
But went and got a tattoo on like a weekend pass, which is according to USMJ, you're not supposed to do. TRADOC rules says you can't do that.
No. For Dusty Dogs, a weekend pass would be a weekend liberty.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Dusty. Had the tattoo. Wasn't healing right. Started getting like
Pus?
whiteheads going all because I got it on my left chesticle, and started getting like whiteheads going down my side.
Ooh.
It's like that's not probably good.
You
So
didn't get whiteheads tattooed on. They were.
I didn't know they were actually they formed from
You could see my.
they formed from nature.
Okay, you could see my.
Where the confusion is, yeah, got it. Yeah, nope, they were not previously drawn on by the tattoo artist.
Carry on.
So I went to sick call. Luckily, the officer who was taking care of me was pretty chill. He's like, you're not supposed to get these at, because I was.
Did you also look at your butthole?
I tried to like lift up my shirt enough to where he couldn't see the tattoo. He could just see the fucking pus. And he's like, you got a tattoo, didn't you? I was like, yeah. He's like, you're not supposed to get those in training. I was like, yeah, whatever.
No, I got it 8 weeks ago.
So he took a sample of it. Turns out it was the beginning of a staph infection.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Could have killed you.
Could have killed me.
Wrecked him. Damn near killed him.
Yep. But
To this day.
I got a pretty good titty tattoo, so
I do as well. Drunk off my ass.
yeah.
Okay. Like to hear a story?
I would love to hear
There
a
you
story.
go.
That's what we're all about.
So I have two. I as well got a shitty tattoo outside Fort Benning, Georgia, in Columbus, Georgia, on VD Drive, which is
We should never get a tattoo on VD Drive.
well, the name of the street is Victory Drive,
Okay.
but it's called VD Drive for a big reason.
That's a terrible.
I got a shitty ass tattoo on my arm.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get infected from it, okay, but bad story. I had a shitty tattoo. It's
not a
now
competition,
since
Bobby.
been covered up into something else. But then I did, as a young specialist, went to a tattoo place outside Fort Drum, New York.
Mm-hmm.
That was like in a trailer park.
I was gonna say that's all that's around Fort Drum.
I know.
Unless you go across the lake.
And I was fucking hammered, and I remember saying, I want a drunk leprechaun leaning against a beer bottle. So now, on my left chesticle, I have a drunk leprechaun leaning against a beer bottle.
Pictures to follow.
Yep. And, yeah, they do exist. So that one, I feel like, should be number one.
That should be number one. It could be a
Fucking
one
stop,
thing
drop,
list.
Drop the mic.
Yeah, hey, it could be a one thing list.
You have two people here, right?
Yeah.
Two households aligned, okay? Two separate stories, but the same story because it
Same
happens.
story.
20 years apart, most
Yeah.
likely, okay? I mean, we're talking
like probably a decade
when did
apart.
you go to basic?
07. So I was.
Yeah,
it was.
decade.
It was 07. Yeah, it was about a decade. Yeah.
I went in the night. I went when Clinton was still president. So,
Nice.
yeah, nice,
Nice.
nice,
My president fucks.
right? So allegedly,
Oh no, he does.
going on. Okay, this one is like
Just not his wife.
this is this one is. Hello,
Singer.
hey, he'll be here all week. Tip your waitress. So this one right here is this one seems logical, but people forget it all the time. It's don't forget to eat.
Right.
Okay, nickel drafts literally cost a nickel, and beer is often cheaper than food. But sustenance is a good idea if you expect to make it back to the barracks in one piece. There's a reason that 3 a.m. pizza slices exist.
Yeah.
And that's to sop up those nickel fucking drafts.
Yeah.
Or in my case, in Oswego, Power Hour,
There's
getting shit faced.
in my experiences, there's always like a Little Caesars or a Domino's around a military post. That's
or a
always,
Crystal Burger.
That's always open.
You ever had Crystals?
No.
It's like a White Castle, but
The meth kind or
no.
Oh,
the
then
burger
no.
type, which may have some of that in it.
okay.
But it's like a White Castle, but not as uppity.
When is White Castle? Up?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. You can't escape the Corps except it. You have to drive for hours away from your base, post, whatever, before you stop hearing, "Hey there, you, motivate, semper fi," or any of those type of
true.
military things. Okay, so you can't escape it. So might as well fucking embrace it. Don't try to hide it. Everyone knows who you are, what you are, and where you are.
If you're in a military town, everybody knows.
Don't try to hide it. Don't try to church that shit up. Just fucking embrace Joe
Everybody
Dirt.
knows.
Everybody knows. Okay. Never go out strapped for cash. If you do, you may discover why all the missing gear ends up at pawn shops. There are endless bins with military clothing, miscellaneous equipment, and might even find a pair of glove inserts with your initials and the last 4 of your social number etched onto them on the back in marker. I never really understood how pawn shops in Jacksonville weren't shut down. They were selling government gear that was usually stolen or hawked by a Marine on a bender who needed singles for the strip club down the road.
True.
I will tell you, statute of limitations has expired, I hope.
We'll find out.
Yeah, whatever. Definitely starved myself in the field to sell MREs when I got back at the military store.
To go to strip clubs?
Yeah, or anything to buy beer. There would no.
But that's better than selling your gear.
Yeah, the thing wasn't like I was selling food.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
issued from the government that I starved myself. It was my own.
Yeah.
It's like selling blood or semen.
earned it.
Like it's yours.
You earned it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is that I cannot recollect at Fort Drum at that time period. And Chucko, you can verify this. You can back it up. I don't remember strip clubs. I don't think there were any. I think there was an ordinance against them in the area we were at.
Where were you guys at?
Fort Drum, Watertown.
Oh, then that's why.
Yeah, there were no strip clubs. So we didn't have...
Even if there were strip clubs, you probably didn't want to go.
No, but we would have to go to like Syracuse, New York, which was an
Or
investment.
Were there any in Buffalo?
Dude, Buffalo was like 6 hours away.
Wasn't that far?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a
I
haul
think, I
across
think it
the
was that
state,
far.
like down and across the state.
I think it was that far away.
Yeah, but anyway,
Okay.
but like, so that wasn't a thing. It was just to extra money for beer and pizza and whatnot. But yeah, I would starve
Yeah,
myself.
Fort Drum's just like a fucking desolate,
Middle of nowhere.
middle of nowhere crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watertown. Okay. This is a good one. This is a good one to pay attention to. Well, if a strip club is empty on a Friday night, there's a reason. You've discovered
It's probably piss and shit night.
You've discovered it was pet night. You've discovered the discount strip club, and it's the saddest place on the planet. Period. It's dead puppy sad.
It really is.
Yeah, they're normally dismal places anyway, but there's always that one club that's more depressing than others. And for Camp Lejeune, it was the Driftwood. He calls it out. Fucking boom.
Damn.
Must be true. For my Marines over at Camp Lejeune,
Google.
yeah, my Marines at Camp Lejeune, if you know about the Driftwood, write in. Let us know. I wouldn't be shocked to hear that they had coupon nights. Hell, I went right after I got back from Afghanistan, and not even 7 months of desert goggles could keep me in there longer than 5 minutes.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm going to say is tan fannies in Pensacola, Florida. Same way. Horrible. Tuesday
Tan
night.
fannies?
Tan fannies.
I got too much shit to look up now.
Brutal.
I mean, it's got 3.5 stars on Yelp. Not bad. Not bad
Yeah,
for a
but
strip
who's
club.
giving those stars?
I don't know, man.
So
They got a red room.
So this goes back to something we talked about earlier, right?
I'm sorry. The first review I saw, 1 star. Girls were fat and beat. That's how he starts.
He must be a longtime Yelper.
He's a veteran. He's a veteran
Randy
Yelper.
Marsh Yelper.
3 people found that useful.
Even better.
3 people were looking up strip clubs near Camp Lejeune, and they're like, "Oh, nope. Thank you.
Helpful.
Thank you, JH."
So this is something that we talked about in an earlier one, right? Don't bother looking nice for the ladies. You look exactly like everyone else.
That's so true. We all look the same.
Military towns are the only place in the country where having a ridiculously moto haircut is normal, and guys with regular hair are the weird ones.
True.
Don't sell it, man. Don't try to church it up. Embrace who you are. Get in with your personality. So,
Which probably won't work either.
exactly. But this follows in line as well. Try not to dress like a boot. If you don't know what dressing like a boot is, go back to the earlier episodes where we talk about off-duty uni.
In the airport.
Okay? In the airport, and you can how to pick out a military member or veteran.
Listen to what we talked about, and then dress the opposite of that.
Correct.
And then you'll be fine.
Correct. If you want to avoid the dirty looks or 2 a.m. motivational speeches from hammered senior Marines at the bar, then try not to look like your first sergeant dressed you. If your Friday night attire includes Oakleys, running shoes, white socks, clunky digital watches, and a ridiculous t-shirt with a wolf howling at the moonlight atop of a cliff, then you need a change.
That's so true. That's so true.
But you look good, man.
No, you don't.
You look good.
You don't.
Okay, and then finally...
If your battle buddies let you go out like that and they don't at least try to talk you into changing into something else,
They're dressed the same way,
They're not your
man.
battle buddies.
They're the same way, though.
No,
That's the problem.
No, they're not. Not everyone.
Oh, my God. Well, you're probably not cool enough to hang out with the people. You can't go to that underground jazz bar because you're dressed like an idiot.
Me?
No, I'm saying this, like people like
Me?
not you.
He's talking to me?
You could definitely, dude. I've seen you wear a smoking jacket and some sunglasses at night. You fit in the underground
Damn right I do.
jazz bar.
Damn right I do.
And everyone likes the jazz.
No pants.
Yeah. Well, maybe something like velvet or like velour.
Silkies.
Yeah, tracksuit Cedo.
I do like the smoking jacket look.
It's almost smoking jacket season, which is
I wore it during camping.
I know, which is nice. I can't wait for it. Pipe
So good.
outside. Okay, anyway. And finally the last one, right? Which is probably going to upset some of you out here in Booty Land because you did it. Okay? You
Because you've done it.
you did it, and it's probably right next to you listening. So don't pick up girls.
Hold on. If you're listening to this, booties, go take a shit real quick.
Yeah.
Go take a shit. Give me a second.
Are you free?
Are you in? You sitting down?
Are you
All right,
free?
go ahead.
Don't pick up girls in military towns. Everyone is either a service member, a spouse, significant other, or military brat. A piece of advice: make the 4-hour drive to the nearest city. And that is your top 11 things not to do in a military town.
Listen, I'm not going to drive 4 hours. I'm not going to marry someone that I met outside of military, but I'll penetrate them.
Like in a game of Yahtzee, or like in Risk, or like
How else do you?
intercourse? Is that what you're talking about?
How else do you? How else do you penetrate someone?
Ew. Anyway,
I was talking about emotionally
okay.
with our.
I'm going to get in your mind
with our
frame.
talks.
Yeah.
I was going to penetrate their minds with my feelings.
Okay. I gotcha. Yeah. Anyway.
I got a pretty hugely average-sized feelings.
Anyway. That's your public service announcement for the week. Okay? Please. Fuck.
Keep going.
Please.
Swallowed that the wrong way.
I need you, if you do nothing else this week for national security, share this.
Check on Grandma. See how she's doing.
Share this with your friends who are in the military still.
Or especially if they're about to join the military.
Yes, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, your kids, your
break
brothers,
the cycle.
whatever. Let's stop it now. It
Let's
ends
break
now.
the cycle.
It ends now. It ends now.
It's not going to end.
It's not going to end now. It's fact.
It's going to keep going.
In fact, in 50 years from now, it's going to be Space Force is going to be talking about this in Mars.
Listen, if there wasn't a bunch of strip clubs and pawn shops outside of military posts, why fucking enlist?
It's true.
What's the point?
It's true. America.
What's the point?
America. So, just saying, Space Force is going to have to deal with this soon in fucking Mars and the outer rings and all this kind of shit when things are popping up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wish I had 3 hands.
So keep doing what you're doing, strip clubs. And we'll keep keeping you employed.
Send you to medical school.
They never go to medical school.
Anyway.
Mail call.
Yeah, man. Love it.
Mail call.
Couple quick hitters.
It's time. Couple quick hitters from a good friend, Mr. John Dorman.
Shut the front door, man.
Yeah. Super nice guy. Like,
one of the nicest people I know.
One of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life. Low key, badass motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Never know it looking at him.
Nope. Smile for days.
Seriously, dude, it's actually kind of haunting when you think about it.
Haunting. Yeah. Anyway,
think about all the stuff that he's done and gone through, and now he's just he just smiles all the time.
Yeah.
God, I really hope I stay on his good side.
Me too.
Because I don't want to.
You want to read the short one? I'll read the long one.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Okay.
So I was a platoon leader for an armored FS team. As a newly assigned lieutenant, we were moving from point A to point B. I was in the TC hatch, directing the driver, and felt banging on my helmet. It was the platoon sergeant hitting my helmet, pointing to another trail so I did not get lost. He called it his LT stick. which is funny because that's what lieutenants do. They get lost.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when they're new.
Can't spell lost without an LT.
Which is true. But it's funny because this guy, he went on to he was a ranger, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Lieutenant Colonel.
I was going to say Lieutenant Colonel. Like, this guy went on to do great things in his Army career, but you always start off as a lost lieutenant.
Fact.
Yep.
Fact. Yep. All right, another story.
Yeah, that's what it says right there.
Yep. So as a platoon leader for a wheeled 155 millimeter, M198, it's a big gun, big howitzer.
It's a big old gun.
Big gun. We were in a movement convoy from Fort Lewis to Yakima. And if you've never been to Yakima, you're lucky. No reason to go to Yakima other than to train. Okay? And that's not even a real good reason. I was the lead vehicle for my battery. And somehow I got confused and took an exit off the highway.
Platoon leader, yep. Still a lieutenant, yep.
And that brought us into Seattle.
Into downtown Seattle. Fucking whole convoy
Towing
howitzers,
dude. So I had 8 howitzers behind, as well as the maintenance.
So he's got a convoy of at least 12 vehicles. At least 12 vehicles.
So he says, towed howitzers in downtown Seattle. We had to stop at a red. It was a disaster. The BC was calling me on the radio. I was shitting my pants. We had to take corners, and towed howitzers had to literally stop, back up a bit, and progress to get by. People were laying on their horns. Finally, a cop saw us, put his lights on, cleared the path back to the highway. I followed the cop, and my platoon followed me. What a disaster. I was screamed at by the battalion commander and ended up with a local letter of reprimand. I thought my career was done. Fortunately, he changed command a few months later, so the later, and the letter went with him.
Which is crazy how that works, too. It's like, this guy fucked up real bad. But I'm leaving soon, so
We're all set.
It doesn't matter.
We're all set.
It's not a huge deal.
That's pretty funny.
A couple of good stories about how lost a lieutenant can get you. Which, if you think about it, as a lieutenant, you're coming in either from, for the most part, some of them are prior service, I get it, but for the most part, you're coming in from OCS, which is you do your basic training, and then you go to OCS from there.
You'd already gone to college.
Commissioned. Right.
You join the Army.
Exactly.
Not doing ROTC or, yeah.
Or you're in college through the ROTC program and then to your unit.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Basic course on
it's a lot.
Or West Point, where you don't really get a college experience.
Exactly.
You get yelled at for 4 years.
Yeah, it's like
all of a sudden you're in charge.
It's like basic training for 4 years and then you're in charge.
Yeah.
It's a lot for a young kid to deal with.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know what? Fuck it. They chose it, so
Yeah.
fuck them.
100%
Yeah,
true.
fucking do better.
Yeah. Be better. Yeah.
It's not hard.
Yeah. It's a skill. Learn it. It's called navigation.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they taught you it in ROTC.
Mm-hmm. Pay a little bit more attention. Yeah, poor lieutenants. Again, something that will probably never change.
It won't change, and I hope it doesn't, because I feel like a lost lieutenant keeps enlisted soldiers on their toes.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, almost got me.
It is funny because I know how our reaction was. I want to hear what your reaction was whenever, even if it was just like a training mission, whenever, and you're told that Lieutenant so and so's in charge. What was your reaction?
Are they?
Exactly. Exactly.
That's cool.
It's either like, oh God, or it's like, guys, we're fine. Don't listen to LT. We got it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then before you know it, they're in charge of fucking battalions and
armies,
brigades and divisions. Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime you see some big 4-star general talking on the TV there, just remember at some point in his life he was a lost lieutenant.
He was lost.
He was a lost lieutenant.
And some E6 or E7 was fucking pulling him out of the woods.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's it.
With that heartwarming message, that's it for us. Episode 31.
In the books.
That's it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And as always, thank you to Big Dick Nick and his Wilco Media family.
That was awkward.
Was it weird?
What you can do?
Very intimate.
What?
I was going for erotic, not intimate.
I know, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
No.
God.
What you can do though is you can
no game.
tune in every Thursday at noon to catch a new episode of Behind the Boots, and you can every noon on Thursdays.
Every noon on Thursday
and you
days.
can do that
for noon
on our YouTube page, right? Which is Wilco Media.
Yep, that's where
you
we're
can
at.
like and subscribe. Mm-hmm. You can watch it there first at noon, or you can wait for it to come out on anywhere you listen to your podcast, whether it's Spotify or Apple, whatever it may
Google
be.
Play.
Yep.
Do people still have Google Play?
Probably not.
Probably.
Legit people.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What do you have, an Android?
Yeah.
Get out
Or
of here.
what you can do is you can listen to it on YouTube, then Spotify, and then Apple.
Do all three.
Yeah, and then like and subscribe on all of those, which is cool. If you want to go a little deeper into the Behind the Boots
That's what she
world,
said.
and you want to be
that's all I got.
Nope,
Sorry.
Nope. You can support by sending in stories. We, in fact, encourage it, appreciate it, and love it.
I do like it a lot.
We want to hear your stories because it makes these episodes even better. Okay.
It makes it better, and Like I go back to this a lot, but you know, at the end of the day, it's why we started this. We want it to be a community. We want people to feel like when they come here, you know, like it's theirs, right? And the best way for you to do that, you know, is to submit your stories. Everybody's got stories about, again, when they were deployed, you know, when they were in the barracks, when they were in the field. Everybody has different stories, and they're all great, and we all love them. We love them all, and you know, we just want to hear them, and we want to share them, and we want you to get
The world wants to hear them.
Listen, the world called me last night. It was around like 9:15 at night, and I was like, "Listen, world, it's a little late," but he's like, "You got to get me more stories."
I need them.
The world told me I need more stories. And he told me, he's like, why don't you just tell them to go to wilcomediapro.com/BTB podcast and submit their stories there.
Right shit there.
And I told the world, I tell them that every fucking week.
World, they're not listening. Make them listen, world. That's what I say.
He'll do it too.
They will.
He's got
When
some
you
pretty
get a
big
call
pull.
tonight, unidentified, at 9:15.
Around 9:15.
It's the world.
It's the world.
You answer that shit.
And you answer it and you fucking submit your goddamn story.
But thank you. We love you.
Bobby, one person asked me, what if they've already submitted stories? Could they submit another story, maybe?
Oh my God, that's a great question, Big Dick Nick. Thank you.
No, they can't.
If
Oh,
you
yes, actually, they
submitted,
can.
if you submit a story once and you're like, I also have another story because I wasn't just in the military for one day. I was in the military for several days and I have several stories. You actually can submit more than one story.
You can, and it's encouraged because it's going to get read more than likely, and people are going to want to hear more from you. Be a Chucko. Be a John Dorman. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Well, don't get lost, but send your stories.
Or, I mean,
or if you do get
sometimes
lost,
don't let it be on Iwo Jima one time.
yeah, or fucking elaborate. You know?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, elaborate.
But that's it for us, man.
Yep.
And
That is it.
we'll see you next week. I'm actually going to be Mario for Halloween.
It's me, Mario.
That's why I'm growing up my beard.